Hi guys, my name's Lauren and I'm the team captain of Team Vega 7407 here in Dix Hills, New York. And today this video is on Engineering Notebook do's and don'ts. So I'm going to go over with you, whether for new teams or teams looking to improve their Engineering Notebook, just some tips on how you can get it to a credible level. So, what is an Engineering Notebook? An Engineering Notebook is basically a document showing your progression as a team and just documenting every single step of your way along to competition and even after or before. So this should start in your preseason or at kickoff and leading all the way up till your competition date. So an engineering notebook is really anything you want it to be. It can be loose leaf paper or you can make a template for it. It's really what you want to do and your dynamic as a team. And so if you go onto the FTC website, they actually have engineering notebook guidelines which show you examples of great engineering notebooks and also list the requirements. There are a few requirements of the engineering notebook. And so every team on their engineering notebook must have their team name and team number on the outside. No engineering notebooks will be looked at if they don't have these components. And so the other requirements are a team summary, and in your team summary you should probably have a picture of your team and just some highlights of throughout the season and some highlights of you as a team. Just a couple of things that you would want people to know if they don't have time to stop and talk to you. So there also are 3 required sections of the engineering notebook, and that is the engineering section, the team section, and one of the following: a business plan, a strategy plan, or a sustainability plan. And I'm going to go into details of each of these sections and just some more tips and do's and don'ts of the engineering notebook. So in the engineering section, you want to document everything, and I mean everything, every little screw that's added on, every change you make, every idea you have, every problem you encounter, because we all know that we learn from our problems and we learn from our mistakes, so those are really important to document. What worked, what didn't work, and you basically just want to make sure that you include everything in that engineering process in that section. And so just some formatting tips. A lot of teams that I've seen choose to do the chart, so like the task and the reflection, which is the FTC guidelines say most teams should do, but you can really do it any way you want. You can do it in like a story manner, but you basically just want to get your story across and your ideas across. And also any open spaces you have when you are doing the final editing of your notebook have to be filled in with these little X boxes, and that is another requirement of the engineering notebook. Another section that a lot of teams have is the programming section. So that is basically going over the same things as you did in the engineering section, but obviously talking about your programming and your coding that you do throughout the season, problems you encounter with that, changes you make, and things you learn. In your team section, that is where you can include all the parts of robotics that aren't necessarily belonging to the engineering section or the programming section. So that should be your community service, which is one of the major thrusts of FIRST. Your team dinners, because I know we all spend a lot of time with our teammates, as that is what being an FTC competitor requires. You can include your apparel, any special story about your team. This is really where you get to get the point across that you are a team, you are a family, and what you do. So for the business plan, the strategy plan, and the sustainability plan, you really want to outline your season in a more formal manner. This is something that should take a little bit of time, but you really want to develop it so that someone, even an outsider, can look in and really just get a view of your season. And this should also include some sort of budget plan or your finances. So the judges only have 10 minutes in your interview with you and only get to see your engineering notebook for so much time because they do have a lot of teams to look at. So one thing you can do is you're allowed to bookmark up to 6 pages that the judges will then obviously be drawn to look at. So these pages should be a really, really productive practice, a really cool change you made to the robot, or a really hard struggle that you learned from. But basically you want to highlight those practices in those areas where you were really able to make progress or you really learned something. Like I said, you can go to the FTC website, go over the guidelines, look at examples so you can make sure that your engineering notebook is as thorough as possible. You can also contact our team at teamvega7407@gmail.com for any questions. Please like this video. Thank you.